So this is the part of the problem that you were asked to do in class today, where you were given this shape and the points and asked to find what the slope and the length of these sides were. And we had a lot of questions, so I just thought I'd take a minute and go over how to do this with you. Okay, so first of all, we're looking for the slope, and slope is rise over run, how the rate of change happens on this line and the other lines as well. So what we did in class today was we took this rise over run triangle, this slope triangle, and we're going to start with line A to B. So from B up 3, and then it goes to the left 12. So this is a rise of 3, up 3, which makes us positive 3, and then a run to the left, which makes it negative 13. So our slope is rise over run 3 over negative 13. Now, keeping up with the same idea here, we're trying to figure out the length, which is this distance between these 2 points here. So your distance formula, which was given to you on your worksheet on Friday, you can use for this, where you just plug in the coordinates and then find the square root. It's the same thing if you choose to do it this way, where you use Pythagorean theorem, since this is a right triangle, and you could say negative 13 squared plus 3 squared is equal to c squared. So Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. When you go ahead and simplify this, when you go ahead and calculate this, you get 178, which is equal to c squared. If you don't put parentheses, around these values that are negative, eventually your calculator is going to kind of freak out, and it's not going to give you the right answer. This means negative 13 times itself twice. If you just plug it in your calculator like this, your calculator is going to assume that you are just using the negative with the first number. Okay, and that's not what we're wanting to do. We want to multiply negative 13 by itself twice. All right, then to solve this problem, you would take, to get c squared by itself, you would take the square root and take the square root. So c is equal to the square root of 178, which is approximately 13.34. So the length is 13.34. So we just use the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared, but equals c squared, or this hypotenuse of the triangle, okay, the longest side of it. And you can use this when you have right triangles. Let me show you one more. Okay, so on this one, we are trying to find the slope of BC and then the length of BC. So here's our BC. So the slope from B down to C, you'd have to rise down 12 and to the left 4. So that's down 12 and that's to the left 4. That yellow is pretty nasty to see, but down 12 and to the left 4. Well, when you simplify this one here, oh, that's supposed to be 3. 3. Down 12 and to the left 3. And when you simplify this, a negative divided by a negative becomes a positive, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. So then what do you do? And this is 3. So then what do you do to find the lengths? So we'll find Pythagorean theorem again, where we'll take a squared plus b squared. So negative 3 squared plus negative 12 squared. And you'll notice I'm putting these in parentheses, is equal to c squared. Okay, take a minute and evaluate this. So when you evaluate this, it'll come up to be 153, and I've gone ahead and put the square root there because I'm trying to get C by itself. So C is equal to the square root of 153, which is approximately 12.37. And so there is the length. There's the length of side BC. So you just continue on to do the same steps to calculate the slope and the length of the other sides. Okay.